Hey card fighters, Fishy Fan here, and in this video I'll be going over some tips and tricks for the new Refiarade Cross Ride deck from the most recent clan collection. Here in this video, starting here, we have from the most important to least important. Um, so we have Setna here, we have Syria, we have your cross ride, your cross ride, and then miscellaneous stuff to that you want to have in your hand if you already have these things in your hand here. Um, These two are really good for digging as well as this one too. That's why I have this in the miscellaneous section here. You know, to have if you already have this stuff here, helps you find your ride and your cross ride, which is really important. When you're first starting out and you are doing your mulligan, the most important thing to do is make sure you can ride up for 1, 2, and 3, and then after that, the most important thing is to be able to find your ride and your cross ride. When you are doing digging, these are your priority because you want to have multiple of these to be able to do the combo. Sometimes you can ride and cross ride on the same turn if you have the amount of counterblasts available to you. So you know, once you do that, you want to always make sure you have another copy of your quiet Refiarade here to be able to reride again next turn. So most important, and then they have a miscellaneous section here. Next I wanted to go over the mulligans, and then same thing here. Prioritize this as your initial grade 1, this as your initial grade 2, this as your initial grade 3, and then all these follow afterwards. Um, so I have options. Oh, sorry guys. I have options. If you do want to change, if you did want to change things, I have Fracka here. I have Cuddle Connect, and then I have the draws. Um, so say you wanted a more balanced deck profile, in which case you would take out the crit sentinels and just run draws. Um, if I wanted to do best of both worlds, I would take out two crit sentinels and just play 2 of the draws. But like I said, this deck is really like all in type, so you know it's nothing worse than checking a trigger that's not a crit trigger. Like I said, the only reason why I'm running the heals is to stop rush down, which is very prevalent in the current meta here. So I would not recommend these, but if you do decide that you want to have some draws, you can either just take out the crit sentinels altogether, or just play 2 crit sentinels and 2 of the draw sentinels. Next, for these 2 cards I have here, if you wanted a little more hand cards, you can play this card here. This is Color Connect. She was really expensive, but she got the reprint, thank goodness, and so now she's like 10 cents, which is nuts. But she says at the end of the battle, this attack or boosted, you can put a grade 3 from the bottom, from your drop zone to the bottom of the deck, and then put this into your soul and draw a card. So you get a soul, you draw a card, and you get to recycle some of your grade 3s. If I were going to take any of these out, I would take these 2 out and add these at whatever value me like. And then we have Raka, still a really good card. She helps you dig for your pieces if you don't already have them, or dig harder. And then it's a really good first Vanguard too, because if she hits, you get to draw a card. So if I was to take out anything for these, it will probably be these here. But like I said, with this deck, you don't really have a really big hand to guard with. So instead of playing these, I wanted something that will help me guard a little bit better. Next, we have just some tips and tricks for this one. And so on my list, I have only cross ride on the first turn when you can, if you can re-ride, or in general, only cross ride if you can re-ride, because there's nothing like just having this as your vanguard to attack with. Like, yeah, you can re-ride over this one as well, but she doesn't give you the force markers, which means your offense is weakened. So especially on your first turn, um, don't cross ride if you don't have your target to re-ride with. Just save your cross riding for the turn that you have, all your markers and enough to really make her threatening. I mean, 50k to the face is pretty threatening too with just four, but like I said, only cross ride if you can re-ride the next turn. That is, it's really important because you don't want to just get stuck with this. Next, when you are digging, please prioritize your cross ride and your re-ride. Yes, finding triggers. I mean, yes, finding triggers and tech units is fine, um, but you need to have in your hand at least another copy of your re-ride and one at least one copy of your cross ride. If you don't have a cross ride, you just need at least one copy of your rewriting. But when you're doing digging, there is a reason why you're digging, and these are the reasons. Um, Next, I want to go over, digging and then setting it here. So when you are doing all the digging, especially with her, because she requires for you to put the cards that you didn't take from your hand to the bottom of the deck, you want to wait to use Setna to find your grade threes. So say you use Setna, whatever, and then you play Aqua and you bring Setna back. Um, Before you use Aqua again, go ahead and use your Syria skill. Put them at the bottom of the deck and then play Aqua, because if you put the triggers at the bottom of the deck, you can shuffle with Aqua, so you can it's a higher chance for you to check your triggers instead of just having them at the bottom of the deck. Um, so I want to go over options with your most important cards here. So say you have Setna in your hand and you have another grade one to ride. What you want to do is ride the other grade one that you have and just have Setna to ride on the side. That way when you're doing your bouncing, you can use her to dig for your grade 3 pieces. And the same thing with this grade 2. If you have an Aqua, go ahead and play your Aqua Lizelot. If you have an Aqua in Lizelot or an Aqua in another grade 1, play your Aqua instead of playing this, because you can play this and then bounce this, have a chance to bounce this later to dig for your pieces. So with your grade 1 and grade 2, if you already have another grade 1 and grade 2 to ride those first and have these stay on the board, so you have an option to bounce them with your Aqua and dig further into your deck. Next, I wanted to go over Liselot in conjunction with your Refiarade skill. So when you're doing your first turn, you want to have at least 2 units on the board to put the triggers, if you get any, onto. So what you can do is you can play Liselot, and whatever that you draw or whatever that you reveal, you can put it to the side to be able to put the triggers that you will get from your Refiarade skill. With this deck, it's very important for you to be able to maximize your resources. So you don't want to really just be calling stuff from hand, because like I said, you don't really have with a handful of grade 3s, you don't really have that much to guard with already anyway. So she just gives you an extra body without having to use your hand for it, because you're already discarded for this and discarded for that, 1-for-1s, and then you already neg for using her skill to counterblast and ditch a card. So play Liselot first, so you have Liselot another unit to add the triggers to. And then once I went to go over your damage, so taking 2 versus taking 3 damage, you only take 3 damage, or yeah, you only go up to 3 damage your first grade 3 turn if you have the rewrite combo. And what I mean by the rewrite combo is you have your grade 3, you have your cross ride, and then you have an extra grade 3 to rewrite with. So you need your ride, your cross ride, and you need an extra reride if you're going to be taking 3 damage, which means you need to have, you know, two of these and one of these already to even think about, getting 3 damage. If you don't have this combo by, your second turn, they don't go up to 3 damage. But if you do, you can play this combo. If you don't have this combo, just take 2 damage. You'll have uh, one for your Refiarade, your quiet Refiarade. But starting off, you normally want to take as much damage as possible so your opponent doesn't damage you later. But that's why we have our grade 1 that counter charges for us as well, just in case they do. And that looks like that's it for my tips and tricks video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like and comment. And if you have not checked the deck profile out before this, go ahead and check that one out next. I'll have the link in the description. Bye bye.